Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and we are back for some more F1 24 Driver Career Mode for episode number 3 of the Australian Grand Prix. If you did not check out the last video, please go check that out below. I greatly appreciate all the people who have been supporting this channel. It's been amazing, I appreciate you all, but at the moment right now, what happened last race, spoiler alert, if you did not check that out below, please check that out below. We had probably an amazing result. I didn't expect a P2 in our second race in an Alpine, and we hooked it up all weekend at Jeddah, and it is time to hopefully capitalize again on a really positive weekend. But here's the standings now. We are P7 now in the driver standings, 2 points behind George Russell, ahead of the Aston Martin, I believe, of Fernando Alonso or Lance Stroll. So yeah, so far a pretty positive sight to see, but yeah, overall it's been fun so far at some of these tracks when the car really hooks up, and Jeddah hooked up all weekend, so yeah. And we got some upgrades coming on the car, thankfully. Gasly's been putting in some upgrades. We actually got the front wing upgrade coming on, some more front end for the car, hopefully, which hopefully it can bite more, so thankfully. And then Gasly is developing something within the rear. Also in development, Gasly did focus on the chassis, and he's also been doing some durability. So Gasly's been mainly focusing on everywhere. I've been doing the same. I don't really focus much on durability, so if he can get durability upgrades on, I guess that will maybe help. But overall, maybe I'm not the biggest guy with durability. But anyways, I was thinking about a front wing upgrade, but I believe it says department capacity reach, unfortunately. Or no, we actually can do it. Okay, I think we're gonna get this front downforce upgrade on. It'll come in time in China, thankfully, and thankfully China is back on the calendar, so it'll be exciting to race back there again. But that should come back in time for China, so that's very exciting. But overall, it's positive. Anyways, here is the performance index now. This is before the patch. Let me just say that before the patch. Yeah, so far third in the development. VCarb and also Haas are also now bottom. Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, and Aston are all catching up. Meanwhile, Williams and Sauber are kind of ahead of all of us, which they will receive a big nerf when we eventually get to the patch episode, which should be later should be about in 2 episodes or 3 episodes time. But yeah, let's not focus on that. Let's focus on this weekend. So Verstappen sets the times 5/10 ahead of Charles Leclerc. Obviously, so far, pretty difficult on my side. Just kind of struggling with mainly just some parts of the corners. I feel like I don't have much speed. I can't carry much speed into the corners. But Gasly is P15, we're P17. This could just be the overall pace of the car. Honestly, I doubt it, because to be fair, I think that I can extract a lot more out of this car. I just have to play the cards right, I guess you could say. But so far pretty we got some resource points, thankfully. That's all I really cared about, because well, we could put some more developments into the car, and well, trust me right now, we could definitely use any little bit of upgrades we can get. So yeah, but let's focus on qualifying here. Qualifying's coming up next. Let's go see what we can do in this car.
And a warm welcome, everybody. We're here in the heart of Melbourne. It's Albert Park, and it's qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix.
Alrighty, welcome to qualifying here. Q1. Again, Australia has always been one of my best circuits, I believe. It's been probably one of my strongest circuits within, all the games. And I think this weekend is a great weekend to show the speed. And again, still finding a little bit of lockups there in some of these corners, especially the last corner and also the run down into turn number 3. But anyways, we're going to come across the checker flag for our first run here. And let's see where this puts us. This is going to put us a 118.5, so about 3/10 behind Charles Leclerc and Fernando Alonso. But we were ahead of both us. We were ahead of Zhou and Albon, so that was a great lap, you know what? And that great lap, I think, should put us into Q2. I don't think we need to go out again. Gasly is down P14, so Gasly put in an amazing lap. Piastri dead last. Okay, that's he'd still definitely get a bump up. Perez also down P13, so dude's already in mid-season form. Anyways, I think honestly that might be safe, but we're gonna go out just in case, because again, it seems like the AI like to always come out for the last run. it depends on who's going to improve and who doesn't improve. Anyways, into Q2 now. We got very wide, and we get our first. I think that's our first invalidation of the season, I believe, and yeah, that's not great. And yeah, just again, that corner right there. It's so difficult to stay within the track limits because I try to take a lot of speed in there, and I know I can't take too much speed because I'll go over the line. But we're into Q2 anyways. Again, that lap would have been alright. I just wanted to go out just in case. But Gasly does get in though, P15, 118.7. We're ahead of Albon and Bottas. The bottom five, they're out Sargent, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Ricardo, and Magnussen. So both Haas's, both RBs, and one of the Williams. So my fellow American is also out. And that's unfortunate, but that's just how kind of tight it is right now down the grid. So yeah. And well, going into Q2, we got some rain in the area. I don't think it will rain in Q2. I think Q3 it might rain. It'll be interesting to see what happens, but we have some rain predicted within the weather radar. So we'll see what happens. Here we go. Q2 now. Q2 run. Only a couple guys only set lap time, so here's a full lap around the Albert Park circuit. Like I said, very hooked up a little bit this weekend, but again, it's very tight to get into Q3 because again, we're performing this car the best we can, but this is kind of all I got within this car. There's maybe a little bit more I can extract out of some of the corners, but this is really all I got within this car, so we just got to kind of play the cards right, and that will be greatly appreciated. So here we go once again through that corner. We thankfully didn't go over the limit because again that corner has been very tricky, mainly just to stay within the track limits, I will say, during the whole weekend. And you don't want to get that wrong because well, yeah, you don't want to use up all the tires, and Australia's it's pretty deadly on these tires, I'd say, during the quality, because again the tires want to fall off towards the end of the lap usually. But Gasly could have gave us a little bit of a slipstream. I was thinking about it, but I think ultimately I got out. Purple sector 2 though, so really good sector 2. That's always been our strongest point as well. I think it's just we're running a lot more lower downforce compared to the AI and also what everybody else is doing. But Gasly, he's going to get a nice tow unless he's coming into the pits. I believe he's coming into the pits. So yeah, we'll see what happens now. Come across checkered flag now. And this should be a good lap. This should put us somewhere up to the top. And it does. Wow, go P4. Only 2/10 from pole. I'll take that. Thank you very much. And that's into Q3 right there. Q3, I kind of knew that was kind of coming a little bit because that was kind of a good lap. And, well, we hooked that up. So, Stroll's out. Both the Saubers are out. Albon's out. And our fellow and Pierre Gasly is also out. The gas man's out. So, Q3, we didn't set a lap. We tried it. We went out when it started raining. And I had no grip. So, I went into the pits. So that's all she wrote for Q3. I kept Q3 simple because again, I missed my timing. So yeah, I guess P10 is not the best way to start, but honestly, that's probably where we're gonna be, to be honest with you. So yeah, but well, it's now Sunday, so let's go see what we can do here in the land down under.
You can hear the Australian fans roaring as they line the track here in Albert Park. Welcome to Melbourne, and the roar from the crowd can only mean one thing. It's race day. So here we are at Albert Park Circuit, 3.28 miles around, with the streets making for a bumpy surface with little undulation. There are 14 corners around the lake, with the best passing opportunities coming at turn 1 and turn 3. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. Sergio Perez lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Fernando Alonso, Sainz, Hamilton, Oscar Piastri, Leclerc, Norris, Cowboy, Stroll, Bottas, Joe, Gasly, Sargent, Tsunoda, Hulkenberg, Ricardo, Magnussen, and Alex Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. So I'm sure there'll be plenty to talk about this afternoon, and who's going to talk about it with us? None other than Naomi Schiff. Hi Naomi. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? what do the final hours look like for them?
Well, every driver certainly has their own way of preparing themselves before a race, but I can tell you that pre-race rituals are a real thing. When I was in go-karting, I used to touch every wheel in a specific sequence before I got into the kart. And then I stepped up to cars and had a specific set of fireproof base layers just for race day. So watch the drivers when they're on the grid. Some may be sitting on the floor and isolating, others may be up to other things that they do. But these little things really help their minds get ready for the race.
Welcome to the grid. Well, 29 laps around here, around Albert Park Circuit. No grid penalties, I believe, from what I saw. I probably got that wrong. I can't really remember, so yeah, I didn't really focus too much on the pre-race. But anyways, welcome to the grid. It's going to be a one-stop strategy today. We're going to go mediums to the hards. That is honestly the preferred strategy. And again, the mediums kind of are going to fall off pretty quickly compared to everywhere else. So no grid penalties for my side, so we don't gain anything. But that is going to be a challenge. Look at that. Look at how many guys we got in front of us. We got McLarens, the Astons, the Mercedes. It's gonna be a struggle just to stay in this points, and that's just kind of how it's been. Even this year, you know, the bottom 5 teams, it's a struggle to get within this team because again, the top 5 is so close. It's now again, you just have to count on mainly Lance Stroll being Lance Stroll, and you just got to capitalize on the guys in the front. But again, 29 laps, anything can happen. 5 red lights are coming out. Let's see what happens here for 29 laps around the Albert Park Circuit, and it's now lights out, and away we go for the start of this Grand Prix. We get a decent start actually ahead of Lando Norris. Norris got a horrible start, and we're going to capitalize on also Charles Leclerc and also Lewis Hamilton around the outside of Charles Leclerc. We got to make that turn, and we turned in thankfully just enough time. I thought we got track limits. We get a legal overtake on Leclerc though. Must have, I guess, overtook off track, or there was a yellow flag. But Norris now going to pounce on us from that. And Hamilton now lost a position. He lost about 3 positions on that. I think he started P6 in this race. We're going to get ahead of Hamilton. Oh, very wide, so much understeer through that part of the corner. The front end is, the tires are a bit cold within the front end. But look at all this action all the way down the lap. When you can see how close it is right here. And it's going to be 3, and possibly we can see 3 wide action here as George Russell has gotten an amazing run on Oscar Piastri. Here comes Charles Leclerc. It's going to be 3 wide within this corner. 3 wide on lap 1. This is what we came to see. This is the content we came to see. Around the outside of Lando Norris, around the outside of Charles Leclerc as well. A 2-in-1 there. And what a cap! Well, that was one hell of a move. I'll take that. Thank you very much. They had to kind of back out because Russell and Piastri were going side by side. No one was willing to back out through there, and you could see like there, yeah, no one backed out. I mean, no one was really backing out between those two. But also, Russell was compromised on his entry because he had to kind of adjust the wheel just enough in a massive lock up there, and that is 1 lap completed around Albert Park. And anyways, a front right lock up. That's not going to be great, and again, still struggling through those corners, locking up, and you're going to see a lot more front locking than rear locking, I think, this weekend, and that's kind of how it's been all year. I feel like also before the patch it was mainly front locking, so it's yeah. But anyways, lap 2, almost halfway through this lap, and Charles Leclerc is all over the back of us now. Leclerc could capitalize. He's not going to get that move done. Piastri and Russell, they're still side by side. They're going to be fighting through that fast corner within the circuit. And now we might get an amazing run, a little bit of a slipstream run, and we don't. And we stay behind them. On lap 4 now, Leclerc's got an advantage, and Leclerc is coming at a pretty quick speed. So I think we'll let Leclerc go. I hope that he just goes right around us. And I hope he doesn't go. He's going to go around the outside of us, and we're just going to. We almost hit the back of Leclerc. I mean, we hit the side pod of Leclerc, not the back of him. Let's take a look and see what happened. I think I just shut the door too much. Yeah, that was my fault. I misjudged that completely, and it's kind of common. What I do is I don't mean to cut them off, but I guess I just misjudged it. Again, I had the inside though, so I was trying to let him go. I guess I should have just lifted and coasted for him, but I didn't ultimately. So that was kind of my fault. I'll take the blame for that one. But we focus forward now. And we're in a great position, really, but we can't really keep up with Russell. He's, again, guys in a league of its own. We're in the 3rd worst car. And, again, like I said, it's a challenge to just stay with the top 5 teams. So, Leclerc it looks like Leclerc just touched the back of us once again. So, he's kind of in that slipstream. But look at that front left tire, 25% already compared to everywhere else. And you can consider that. I was like, oh, well, I must be using more of that, and maybe got to stay off some curbs a little bit there, but probably not. So we just keep going forward. But Leclerc's going to get an amazing run on us here, though. I'm going to let him go. Like I said, he's not really my race. Norris, Lando Norris, Hamilton. I will do everything in my power to hang on to P10. I will do anything I can to hang on to P10. P9, I could care less. I mean, Norris is there, so that's going to be a challenge. But I will hold off. I'll try to maybe hold off. Well, not Hamilton, I guess you could say. If Hamilton's P10, we can stay in P10. We can hold off. I believe Lance Stroll, who's behind that group. So yeah, I believe Norris will have DRS through this part, and there is DRS. Yeah, what am I doing? Norris will have DRS here. He will easily get around us. I don't see why he can't, but we do get DRS from Charles Leclerc. And again, Norris got better straight line speed. That McLaren's pretty decent into the straight line. I think we have the slowest in the straight line, but we also have a weak engine compared to everybody else. The Ferrari probably has the best, then it's probably honestly the Red Bull powertrains, and then maybe the Mercedes. That's close tight. We go down the inside of Leclerc. I don't know what we were doing there. I guess I had him move, and I guess I'm going to get around him. I don't know what I'm doing. I guess I just had an amazing run. I could have just stayed behind him, but no, I decided to send it. I don't know what I'm doing, really. That was probably a stupid idea, but I guess it was just to hold off maybe the threat, because I thought Norris was going to be catching. And maybe I just wanted some clean air. I don't think the clean air was really helping us. I think I was mainly afraid because Hamilton can get a good run. I think I was afraid of him and Norris because they could easily double team me around the outside, then I'm going to lose out. And again, Leclerc, I feel like his pace isn't that strong. He's kind of slow. I'm not trying to be mean to him, but he doesn't have great pace. I don't know if he's struggling on those mediums, if those mediums are falling off quicker than expected on that Ferrari or not, but he just does not have great pace. And those front side of those tires, they're screaming bloody hell, because 39%, 29%, 10% already at the 10% more, now almost 11% now. And the right side tires, they're perfectly fine. I mean, they're fine. Norris, I believe Norris just hit the back of us. I don't know what I'm not cutting them off. They're just sliding right to the back of us, so the AI are just kind of being weird, I guess you could say, because they can't judge it. But there goes Leclerc again. Now we'll let Leclerc go. And this is what I was afraid of. Hamilton down the inside now, and Hamilton looks like he touched the inside curb there, and that didn't help him too much, but we kind of benefited from that. And well, we'll let Leclerc go now, I guess you could say. I think it was just better if Leclerc just followed Norris through, because again, when Leclerc was in clean air, he didn't have really that great a pace. So maybe if he follows Norris, I think he'll be all right. But again, his teammate Carlos Sainz, who I don't know if well, obviously Sainz doesn't have a drive in 2025 yet, kind of outperforming Charles. So Charles, you gotta be up there with your teammate, I guess you could say, and your future teammate is behind you in Lewis Hamilton. And on lap 10 now, Hamilton, he's not. Well, we got DRS from obviously Norris and Leclerc. Now Leclerc got around Norris, so maybe Leclerc's pace might pick up. Maybe Leclerc was just in management mode. Maybe he was just kind of hanging on to those tires. But look at that train behind us. So got both the Saubers, one of the Williams, also Lance Stroll back there as well, and one of the Haas's, I believe, is also in that fight. So that is a massive train down there. I don't know where Gasly is. He could be running very low down the grid. I don't know where he is. And actually, no, I think Gasly's dead last. Looks like he pitted. Looks like he got maybe some damage, or he's on a two-stopper. I don't know what my team is doing down there, but Gasly's strategy's in the bin. 56 now on that. Holy, 56 on that front left. That understeer is no joke, I could show you that. And again, it's crazy how that side is kind of wearing out, but again, there's so much load going into clearly that tire that it's not helping out. And we're not locking up in that corner. We're mainly locking up on the right side, but it looks like that. And Leclerc goes around Norris once again, so they're just going to be. It looks like they're DRS. They're trying to do league racing strat and DRS share, but clearly they mess it up and they're just fighting for positions. So league racing strat is something that AI don't know what to do. But on lap 13 now, the tires are in the red now. We're in puncture territory. I'm going to come into the box this lap. Leclerc, Norris, they also come into the box. So mainly everybody's in. A couple guys aren't in. Stroll stays out. I believe Alonso's in. Hamilton, or Zhou's in. Bottas is in. The Williams is in. Everybody's in. Let's get a good stop here. We've had some pretty slow stops this during a couple of these weekends, but we get a good stop. 2.5. We get held up though. We got held up by the Williams. We got held up by a couple more guys, but we don't lose too much time. But we that should have been an unsafe release in real life, but we got ahead of Hamilton. So a little bit of a slow stop. It got held up mainly because obviously the Williams are trying to come into the box. So that's kind of why it sucks being in the middle of the pack, because you have to kind of wait so long. But hopefully we won't be here for too long. And I'll let 15 now. A couple guys came in. Bottas is caught up in that train. Zhou cuts off. I believe Zhou just cut off one of the RBs. I believe that was Yuki Tsunoda. That was fairly tight, you could say, and that is that is us. And Gasly is up there somewhere. I don't know where Gasly is. I believe he's in that train with the Mercs and the McLaren. So Hamilton goes around us. Again, that's not really, that is kind of our race, I'd say. I think fighting with Hamilton today would be a plus, because again, he does not have great pace. He's really struggling to adapt to his new machine, well, to his new car. And yeah, you're feeling that pain. But there's Gasly. Gasly's got to do an amazing defense here, and he's doing the amazing defense. So teammate is helping me out, and he cuts off Hamilton. Hamilton compromised on the exit. Gasly, you're a legend of the band, great teammate, and that shows you why Pierre Gasly is the great teammate. We're gonna go around the outside of Lewis Hamilton now, and we're gonna get around the outside. We go. Hamilton's got the inside. We got the outside. I love a move around the outside. We get that move done. Thank you, Pierre, for that one. Pierre, you deserve a gold star with especially 10 laps to go coming up now. It is going to be a fight now to hold him off, and also Bottas. So now I want to get around Gasly. Man, Pierre is a teammate, man. Teammate work down by Alpine, and it's just trying to get 1 point. 1 point. That's very important to these midfield teams, and 1 point is very important. Obviously, we got a P2 last race, so I mean we're sitting pretty comfy ahead of the RBs and the Saubers and also the Williams. But well, we have absolutely came alive on this. I say we definitely came alive on this stint on the hard tires. I felt more comfortable on the hards compared to the mediums. And yeah, so there's Albon. He's behind, I believe, the RB of Tsunoda. And you got a 6-car train, and it just starts with Hamilton all the way down to, I believe, P15 or 16. So it's a train. And we hit the outside wall. Kevin Magnussen as tactics. Kevin Magnussen has tactics, but there goes Hamilton around the outside of lap 22 now. Again, me and Hamilton are just mainly just overtaking left and right. We're kind of just DRS sharing, but we're not getting close, obviously, to Lance Stroll. I don't expect to get close to Stroll. Stroll's in a league of its own. And, well, that Aston's got better speed, and Hamilton's got literally no pace within this Mercedes. So we're kind of just in this train of just kind of trying to get around Hamilton, but also defending from Bottas, because, again, Valtteri could overtake wherever, because again, you got to watch out for that Sauber. That Sauber's pretty underrated, but when that patch comes, it's going to get a big nerf, and it might be one of the worst cars, honestly, whenever that patch comes out. That or the Williams, I believe. I think honestly the Sauber's probably the worst car in the grid, I'd say, and that's gonna be a challenge. So to kind of hold off that Sauber, because it's got some great. Again, that Ferrari engine's kind of helping its speed and the top speed. So compared to us, where we're kind of slow within the top speed, we're running a little bit of a low downforce, maybe a little bit medium range downforce. So we're stronger a lot in the high speed. And again, this car's really good in the high speed, which is so weird, because I thought the Alpine would be worse in the high speeds, but it's really good. We very wide. That was so close, and we're still side by side with Hamilton. Who's going to get that moved up? We go around the outside of Hamilton. Hamilton's got to get the inside. He's still fighting that. He fights around the outside. That's a fair fight there once again. And Hamilton's got the inside line in on lap 24. We're about to come across the line for lap 24. We got ahead, and this is this is a great squabble here. And Bottas now going to go around the outside, two fellow teammates, and that's going to help us kind of run away with a little bit of a gap. But now Bottas and Hamilton are now side by side. Hamilton's got that better straight line speed, though. Obviously, that Merc is pretty quicker in the straight line, maybe much more of a powerful engine compared to that Sauber. Maybe it's just shows that the Mercedes is the better car than the Sauber. So I don't see why Hamilton can't really overtake a Sauber. And well, we're kind of in the mud here, because Hamilton's got we're trying to DRS share, and I can't do that now because Bottas is all over the back of us. So this is not helping us. And this is gonna be This is gonna be a tough fight for a point, man. And this shows how close it is within the point. I want points as much as I can. I would like to have points. Points mean so much within this car, so we keep on pushing forward. But again, that 6-car train is a great midfield fight here for points and a great scrap, but we're not going to catch Lance Stroll or anybody else up there. I doubt it, but we're staying really close to Hamilton. Like I said earlier, high speed is our strong point. We're really quick in the high speed, and thought about a move around Hamilton. We backed out, we lift and coast, and now this is the opportunity to overtake Hamilton now on lap 26. And we have the racing line preferred. Hamilton's got to defend that inside line, and Hamilton will have the inside. We're going to go around the outside. Hamilton gives us just enough space, as he usually does in real life. A great racing driver right there, but we get around him. And the AI give you good amount of space, so I like when they do that, because that makes the racing more fun. And Hamilton's going to have another opportunity down here on lap 27. Now Hamilton's got the inside line, we got the outside line. It's still very tight side by side. Hamilton kind of got compromised there a little bit. I don't know if he got a little bit loose on that exit, or he just got a little bit of some tire. Looks like he spun up the rears too much, and that probably didn't help him. But Bottas goes through. He follows Hamilton through, and that did not help us. And now we're on the back foot now. But we got to stay close within the Sauber and unleashed. That Sauber has been unleashed. Not in clean air, obviously. It's been unleashed to behind the Mercedes. So 2 laps to go as we're approaching, and it's very tight for the point, for just 1 point. And obviously, I believe the Sauber's got points. The Mercedes, obviously Hamilton, I don't know if Hamilton's got points at all this year. I think it is, the dirty air, a little bit of a tank slapper there on the exit. And again, we follow way too close. If you could see, if you follow way too close, you just lose so much grip. And that did not help us in whatsoever. We kind of are on the back foot now, so I want to recharge the battery now. And same tactics than what we did in Jeddah. Save up the battery, wait to have them squabbled to come to us, dump overtake on the last lap, and see what we can do. About last lap on the Grand Prix, about 2 miles left of this Albert Park circuit around Albert Park, obviously, and very fierce battle for P10. Bottas, can Bottas get P10? Can we get P10? Can Hamilton even hold off Valtteri for P10? Again, with that good Ferrari engine, Bottas is kind of powering through. And again, maybe Bottas is just burning a little bit more battery. He's kind of low. He's on maybe a little bit low on battery. We don't know how much battery percentage Hamilton has. I don't know how much money he's got. Money. I guess how much battery he's got. We got a fair good amount of battery. We're at 82%. Now we're dumping some overtake here once again. Dump all the overtake we got. Put it in hot lap. And you don't even want to go medium. You got to put it. And Bottas is out of battery. He's out of energy as well. So he might go around the outside of Hamilton if he makes that. No, he does. He has to back out. He didn't get the best of runs, so this is a great opportunity for us. Now we want to dump all the overtake, but we're in hot lap mode. This is going to be the fight for P10, and we're dumping better. We're going to get around 2 and 1 here, and we go down the inside of Hamilton. We go around the inside of Bottas, and we are going to strive through Bottas around the outside, but we give him the door. We shut the door. Verstappen's going to win this race. Wow, what a race, and this is going to be an amazing battle. This midfield fight was insane today. We kept it hard. We kept it clean. But that is where we strive today. That's a P10. I will take that. Points in the Alpine once again. Back-to-back points finishes. Whoa. Thank you. Thank you, Alpine. Thank you, Pierre. You're a legend.
A great race then, and a fantastic victory here at Albert Park.
And they led every single lap of the race. It was a light to flag victory, and that is total dominance.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everybody at the team.
So, Verstappen wins at Albert Park. Great race from him. Obviously, they didn't win, obviously, in real life, but Red Bull kind of showing that they're still the team to beat in this career. Obviously, in real life, they got caught up by everybody else, so now you're going to see the pace. But yeah, great race from our side, and that was a great fight. I really enjoyed that midfield fight. I had a lot of fun. Fighting with the AI a little bit. I feel like it's more fun, but once we get to the update, which the update race will be in Miami, which spoiler alert, has already been recorded. Just waiting to do commentary on it. But anyways, yeah, the AI are a little bit they're fun to race. The DRS trains are not great, but you could see that they struggled to overtake within the DRS, so it makes it difficult. And again, like I said, I've seen a little bit of a glitch here too before the patch where no drivers would DNF. So that's not great, but again, more engine failures will hopefully come later in the season. Hopefully not from us, but for everybody else. But yeah, so P10, great result. 1 point is that puts us now P20 in points, and Gasly, just kind of a crap weekend for Pierre, man. That's not great for him. I expected him to do a little bit better, but clearly he just couldn't. Clearly he just couldn't capitalize, and well, that puts us P8 in the driver standings. 19 points now to my name. I guess I had 18 last race. 19 ahead of Piastri and Joe, Bottas, and also Stroll, and I believe Albon. They all got points. So yeah, constructor-wise, P6 and 19 points to our name compared to the 3 of Kick Sauber. So yeah, great weekend, great result. I was very happy with that, and yeah. So as we move forward to the next race, which should be Japan. Yes, Japan, round 4, cherry blossom season. I expect maybe Japan to be a track to struggle at. Obviously, what they did this year was they made cars like kind of realistic at some tracks where they perform better at other tracks. So that adds more of the realism, because that can happen in real life. So I don't know how we will stack up, but I expect us to struggle within Japan. So we'll see what we can do in Japan. But anyways, that's all I got in today's video. Thank you for watching this video. Appreciate everybody who's been supporting this channel. Greatly appreciate it. Obviously, quick thing, as I said before, I haven't said it yet. League Racing debut is, well, Season 7 of NAMS Motorsport starts on Wednesday. So yeah, thank y'all for watching this video. I don't got much time left. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.